Let's get it poppin', man, I'm simply ball dropping. Let's get it poppin', man, I'm simply ball dropping. You must love us cause you can't stop watching. You must love us cause you can't stop watching. Let's get it poppin', man, I'm simply ball dropping like it's New Year's Eve. Boys, James IV, that's Roman numeral 4 off the top with the intro. What up, K-Sap, no cap, that's the big bro. You know the ladies hold it down for the team. We be the hottest on this YouTube screens. We got sports, media, news, that round table talk. Them other parts ain't got the same sauce. Nah, hit us in the chat, but no haters allowed. Send you to the block party, what you gotta say now? We on live, hit us up and subscribe. If you like it to share, show love instead of staring. Man behind the mic, numbers don't lie. Send me a super chat to all that may apply. Ain't no party like an SPD party. Let's get the show started, pull up, everybody. Come on. Let's get it poppin', man, I'm simply ball dropping. What? Let's get it poppin', man, I'm simply ball dropping. What? You must love us cause you can't stop watching. Hey. You must love us cause you can't stop watching.
Yes, yes, yes. You know who it is. It's your favorite host, the man behind the mic of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast, K-Sap. What's up, what's up, what's up? I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving with their family. Some of y'all probably still kicking it with the family, but I hope y'all enjoyed another year of thanks. So I appreciate everybody. Also, I see people coming in. As soon as y'all come in, do me a favor. Can you drop a like on the video? Tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them. I see people coming in the building. I'll give the live a chance to come up, catch up to some people, because, you know, YouTube is slow on the notifications getting out to let people know that we're live. Yes, so I'll give the live a chance to catch up to some people. I see everybody starting to filter in. I see my moderators starting to filter in. I see my members starting to filter in. Shout out to Selmore Fudd, 4572. Shout out to KD, 1985. Jeff Willer, 1455. Chancellor, I see you back in the building. Kim Taylor, Lisa Moe. What's up, Reggie? Salute, my brother. But I'm going to give the live a chance to catch up to some people before we get started. We're going to talk about a few things leading up to tomorrow's game against the San Francisco 49ers. But I don't know what's really going on in Cleveland, man. I mean, it's kind of crazy that, you know, things have transpired the way they transpired with this quarterback carousel. And now that Shedeur Sanders gets the opportunity to get his first NFL start against the Las Vegas Raiders, everybody weighed in on that performance. It was historic because of the fact that he was the first quarterback out of 16 quarterbacks to win his rookie debut in over 30 years. So, but you got a lot of mixed reviews, a lot of mixed things. And then, you know, the other day, y'all see what Mary Kay Cabot tried to do. Mary Kay Cabot came out and said, you know, there's a possibility that you might want to see Dillon Gabriel again. So now things have just transpired to where, like, come on, man, what are we doing here? But I see y'all in the building. Like I've always said, I never throw a rock and hide my hand. So here I am. I see we got 50 people in here watching, man. Do me a favor, drop a like on the video. Also, man, if you haven't joined the channel, man, please hit the join button, man. Become a member. Also appreciate all the donations, man. I appreciate all the super chats and everything like that. So if you'd be kind to drop a super chat, man, just to give thanks to what we're doing over here. But at the same time, man, leading up to this game, man, you know, a week of preparation, and after Shedeur Sanders goes out there and plays against the Las Vegas Raiders, 11 of 22, 209, one touchdown and one pick. A lot of people, you know, weighed in on his performance. He did a lot of great things. Also, Mary Kay Cabot came out this week in the week of preparation saying that it's a possibility that you might want to see Dillon Gabriel again, right? So, you know, that kind of sparked some things that, I mean, it's kind of crazy. It kind of sparked up some things that I just don't understand. So I want y'all to take a look at that. Okay, we're gonna get off into that, but let me get that off. This is what Mary Kay Cabot said, guys. For those that haven't been paying attention, this is what Mary Kay Cabot said. Mary Kay Cabot appeared to throw some cold water on Shedeur Sanders' hype this week. She said there might come a point where it makes sense to see a little bit more of Dillon. But I think the hope inside the building is probably let's not let it get to that point. So the guys on 92.3 The Fan, they said it didn't make sense to see more of Dillon Gabriel after 2 starts. What more could we possibly learn from him on the field? That's what Mary Kay Cabot tried to spew during her recent appearance on 92.3 The Fan. So now, today, as I'm just kicking back, watching sports, Adam Schefter broke some news. And it shouldn't even get to this point, because what we saw in Dillon Gabriel over the last 6.5 games, we shouldn't need to see no more Dillon Gabriel. What we saw from Shedeur Sanders, even in the second half against the Baltimore Ravens, we saw the possibilities and potential that Shedeur Sanders brings to the table. And then what he did against the Las Vegas Raiders, it should have been more clear that, you know, he should be the starting quarterback. But now when you got reports like this, it makes me wonder, like, what is really going on? So this is what Adam Schefter reported early today as I'm watching college football. This is what Adam Schefter reported. Sources: Browns are open to giving Shedeur Sanders an extended look as their QB1. I just don't understand that. Let's dive off into this. What do you mean the Browns are open to giving Shedeur Sanders an extended look as their quarterback 1? I mean, you can read this in several different ways. Like, this shouldn't even be a report that they're open. So basically, this is what I'm getting from this. If it wasn't for Dillon Gabriel being in concussion protocol, I don't think Shedeur Sanders would have seen the field for the Cleveland Browns this year. Because y'all remember Kevin Stefanski talked about this was going to be a redshirt year for Shedeur Sanders. But things happened. Dillon Gabriel went in concussion protocol. Shedeur Sanders went out there balled in his first start. And now reports like y'all want to give him an extended look. What you mean you want to get give him an extended look. That the report shouldn't even be out there. So this is what it said next. Browns rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders played well enough in his first NFL start last Sunday that he made Cleveland's decision to start him again an easy one. Sanders now has the opportunity not only to start again Sunday against the San Francisco 49ers, but also play well enough to continue earning starts for the rest of the season. See, this is what you like. So basically, what they're saying, if Shedeur Sanders doesn't play well against the San Francisco 49ers, it's a possibility that they might turn back to Dillon Gabriel. Then it goes on to say the Browns are open to giving Shedeur Sanders an extended look for the rest of the season, just as fellow rookie Dillon Gabriel got in his first half of the season, sources told ESPN. But much of that decision will be dictated by how Sanders plays starting Sunday. So you see, this is where I'm confused. This is where I'm confused, chat. So you tell me, we saw what Dillon Gabriel's capabilities was in his 6.5 games that he played this year. And he has had blunders in each game. Now you keep on giving Dillon Gabriel the start. Kevin Stefanski go to the press conference talking about, yeah, Dillon's our starter for next week. But he wasn't confident in saying that with Shedeur leading up to the San Francisco game. So now, depending on how Shedeur plays on Sunday, there's a real possibility of Cleveland turning the keys back over to Dillon Gabriel. Guys, I can't make this stuff up, man. Like, turning the keys back over to Dillon Gabriel, man. And the crazy thing about it is, so I'm taking that whole news that broke from Adam Schefter from sources that's stating that Shedeur Sanders has to be perfect tomorrow against the San Francisco 49ers for him to keep his starting job. Like, I don't understand it. So what's really going on in Cleveland with Shedeur? Because, I mean, if you listen to if anybody saw the Shiloh Sanders Thanksgiving video that he produced when they was at Shedeur's house for Thanksgiving, and you heard what Shedeur said, because Shiloh, he made it loud and clear. He said, the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. You heard what Shedeur said. That was only for 1 week. So I'm kind of, something ain't right. So based on Shedeur Sanders' performance tomorrow against the San Francisco 49ers, there's a possibility that they might turn back to Dillon Gabriel. Now, we saw all the snow out there in Cleveland. We saw Shedeur out there practicing in the snow. We saw how the team was happy-go-lucky. They was all enjoying themselves because Shedeur brings that kind of excitement to a team that just came off a win, and they want to keep that momentum going. And now we got some weather conditions that might play a big part in how Cleveland orchestrates their offense. Now it's going to have to be relying heavily on the run with Quinshon Judkins and Dylan Sampson and Ford. So basically, what Adam Schefter reported from the sources, it's a possibility that we might see Dillon Gabriel again this year. So what's really going on in Cleveland, guys? What's really going on in Cleveland? Because, see, it's too much propaganda out here. It's too many narratives out here. And if you listen to it, because I did a show talking about Mary Kay Cabot, when she put it out in the stratosphere, that it's a possibility that we want to see more of Dillon. So when Adam Schefter dropped that report, is he talking about Mary Kay be one of his sources? She's a Cleveland insider, right? And she's the one that put it out there on Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. She put it out there stating that there's a possibility that we should see some more of Dillon Gabriel. And then all of a sudden, 3 days after she made her statement, Adam Schefter reports that today. Like, how ironic is that? Is that one of the sources that Adam Schefter is relying to, Mary Kay Cabot? Because she put it out there. And she was on 92.3 The Fan when she said it. Yeah, I mean, I just don't understand. I don't understand, because, like I said, Shedeur Sanders is taking this all in stride, and he's being very professional. And, the interview that he did after the game, y'all's boy Rex Ryan had a problem with that. And then also I tried to tell you guys, like, something ain't right with this whole situation. And we can't get ahead of ourselves. Because with Shedeur Sanders, I think with Shedeur playing quarterback, it's going to be a week-to-week evaluation on him. It's not going to be, okay, we set in stone, we giving you these last 6 to 7 games to perform. It's nothing like that. With Shedeur, he's being evaluated on every level, because the crazy thing about it is, you're the first rookie in Cleveland Browns history, for as long as some of y'all people been watching football, in the last 30 years to win your NFL debut. And you don't get no credit for that. Even when Kevin Stefanski was in the locker room giving his old shady, post-game speech in the locker room, talking about shout out to the blockers, shout out to the centers, shout out to the lights out defense. And then he said, oh yeah, Shedeur Sanders. And that's the crazy thing about it. Now you want to put reports out there that it's a possibility that Cleveland might turn back to Dillon Gabriel. That's, and I told you guys, like, things happen in football. Concussion protocols, they happen. Cam Newton said, you always play for the what ifs. And what happened was Dillon Gabriel went in concussion protocol. And now you was thrust to put Shedeur in there. And I told you guys, when everybody got up in the air about Kevin Stefanski not naming Shedeur the starter for the Las Vegas Raiders game, because you heard what Kevin Stefanski did because Stephen A. Smith even got on Kevin Stefanski for this. Because when Dillon Gabriel was in concussion protocol against Baltimore, he went to the game, post-game press conference after the game, and Kevin Stefanski said, oh yeah, Dillon's going to be the starter for next week. Doing him a disservice because he was still in concussion protocol. Knowing that you have to clear concussion protocol. You look at C.J. Stroud. He was out 3 weeks, concussion protocol. Look at Jackson Dart. So Kevin Stefanski was basically saying that Dillon Gabriel was going to be the starter going into this Raiders game if he wasn't in concussion protocol. And the only reason why Shedeur started against the Las Vegas Raiders was because Dillon Gabriel never cleared concussion protocol. That's basically what Kevin Stefanski is telling you guys right now. And that's basically what the reports are saying. The reports are saying. So for everything that they're saying out there, and this is how it gets messy, because Mary Kay Cabot put it in the stratosphere. So it's going to come a time where we need to see more of Dillon Gabriel. What else do you need to see in Dillon Gabriel? Guys, help me out. What else do you need to see in Dillon Gabriel? I just don't get it, man. I mean, what is really going on with this Cleveland Browns organization, man? What is really going on? I just don't see how you turn the keys back over to Dillon Gabriel. Because if you look at it, that will put a damper on that whole team. That'll put a whole damper. That'll kill the whole morale. You go from excitement in the air to killing your morale if these reports are accurate. If the reports are accurate, it's downright diabolical. So, I mean, y'all told me though. Y'all told me about Mary Kay Cabot. Y'all really did. I have to give a shout out to the chat because y'all told me about Mary Kay Cabot. Y'all told me that Mary Kay Cabot, she messy. And right now, I have to believe the chat, and I owe the chat an apology for not believing y'all for face value on Mary Kay Cabot. But I was just trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. But now I see she keeps a lot of stuff up and people run with it. It's like she's almost, because at first I was telling you she was trying to ask Kevin Stefanski the difficult questions surrounding around Shedeur. He was backpedaling. Now I think she's on Kevin Stefanski's side. I think they're one and the same. And some things that she has said just don't add up to me, because this is one of them right here. For people that just came in the chat, this is what I'm talking about, Mary Kay Cabot. She said there might come a point where it makes sense to see a little bit more of Dillon Gabriel. She said it might come a point where we need to see a little bit more of Dillon Gabriel. Come on, chat. Y'all see this? It's right there in big bold letters from Mary Kay Cabot. We got a super chat in the building. Thank you, Max Jetson, for the $5 super chat. Appreciate that, my brother. Appreciate the support. Yeah, so it's on the big screen. I can't make this stuff up. Look, Mary Kay Cabot put this in the stratosphere, guys. There might come a point where it makes sense to see a little bit more of Dillon Gabriel. And see, this was followed up with this right here. Today, this came out today, Adam Schefter. This came out about 4 hours ago, where Adam Schefter, the sources, Browns are open to give Shedeur Sanders an extended look as their QB1. What do you mean give him an extended look? What you mean give him an extended look? Like, there's no way that you can turn back to Dillon Gabriel. There's no way. That would just put a Debbie Downer on the whole team, man. Like Browns, look, but this is what I'm saying. this is what I want to say to you guys in the chat. Have we ever heard stories like this surrounding around Dillon Gabriel, where it says Browns rookie quarterback Dillon Gabriel played well enough in his first NFL start when he made it? It made Cleveland's decision an easy one to start him again? No. So with Shedeur, but it's listen, guys, I don't want y'all to miss this. Just listen. I just want y'all to listen. Browns rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders played well enough in his first NFL start last Sunday that made Cleveland's decision to start him an easy one, right? But then it says Sanders now has the opportunity not only to start again Sunday against San Francisco 49ers, but also to play well enough to continue earning starts for the rest of the season. So Shedeur Sanders got to go out there and ball out for them to even consider him to be the starter for the next week. And the crazy thing about it is, as much as Dillon Gabriel didn't make no progressions, he still was rewarded the starting quarterback each week after Flacco got traded. But we never saw no articles saying that Dillon Gabriel has to play well enough to continue starting for the Cleveland Browns. Are y'all following me, chat? Are y'all following me? We never saw any articles or any breaking reports saying that Dillon Gabriel had to play damn near perfect to continue starting for the Cleveland Browns. We never saw that. And then, look, the Browns are open to giving Shedeur an extended look. What you mean an extended look? For the rest of the season, just as fellow rookie Dillon Gabriel got in his first half of the season. Now, why come no articles was produced like this when Dillon Gabriel was starting quarterback? See, guys, you see what they're trying to do? It's too much propaganda and too many narratives out there. Like, it's like the storylines are getting ridiculous now. Some of these storylines don't need to be storylines. And this was one of them. Because everybody knows that watches football and knows the game of football and knows the quarterback position, that Shedeur Sanders did enough to continue to be the starter for the Cleveland Browns. That's what I'm talking about. And that's the crazy thing about it. I just don't understand. I don't understand these storylines, man. So y'all telling me if they got inclement weather tomorrow in Cleveland against the San Francisco 49ers, and you're telling me that Shedeur Sanders got to go out there and play perfect ball for him to warrant another start next week. Is that what y'all telling me? Is that what y'all telling me? Shedeur Sanders got to go out there and play perfect ball for him to get another start next week. This is what I don't understand. Y'all do me a favor, man. Drop a like on the video, man. We got 281 people watching. Please drop a like on the video. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. But this is what I'm saying. The crazy thing about it is when it comes to this whole situation with Shedeur Sanders, you see what they do? The goalpost is in the end zone. Now they're trying to move it back into the stands. The goalpost sets in the end zone, but they want to move it and put it in the stands. Like this is diabolical. This is straight diabolical. I really don't know what this organization stands for. I don't know what they want to do moving forward. I just it's crazy because if you're telling me that Shedeur Sanders, see, that puts a lot of pressure on Shedeur Sanders. Because you're basically, because I know he sees the reports. I know his team has probably told him, look what's coming out now. So all I'm saying is Shedeur's not getting a fair shake. And y'all tell me that Cleveland wants to move back to Dillon Gabriel? See, this is what I want to tell you guys. See, a lot of people say that we trying to run this Shedeur Sanders hype train. It ain't even about running the Shedeur Sanders hype train. It's about letting people know and what people see in the totality of everything that we talk about and what the sample size we saw from Dillon Gabriel. He doesn't give Cleveland a chance to win football games. Shedeur Sanders gives you the best possibility of winning because it's in all facets now. Because what Shedeur Sanders does, he makes everybody else want to play hard. That offensive lineman, they wanted to protect Shedeur. Them wide receivers wanted to run routes. Quinshon Judkins wanted to run the ball a little bit harder. The defense was excited because they want to get an opportunity to get the ball every time they go out there on defense and turn that ball over so they can get it back to Shedeur. The whole team has rallied around this quarterback change. And if the organization don't see that, and sometimes when there's mutiny on the ship, that ship will sink quick. And you don't want to kill no morale by taking Shedeur Sanders from behind that wheel. You want to ride this momentum. And y'all gotta pay attention because if y'all saw the practice footage, they out there practicing in a downfall of snow. And if anybody's ever played the game of football when it's snowing like that, and you got inclement weather like that, what do you rely on? You rely on the run. And then you rely on some screen passes, a couple slants. But other than that, this is what you're going to see if the weather becomes a problem. So basically, if Shedeur Sanders, if they win the game solely off of the defense and them running the ball, and Shedeur Sanders don't put up great stats, what's going to happen, guys? What's going to happen? Is it going to be a possibility that Kevin Stefanski goes to the post-game press conferences and says, next week, we're turning back to Dillon Gabriel? It's a possibility he can say that. Or it could be a possibility that when they ask him, is Shedeur Sanders going to be your starter for next week? He's going to say, I don't want to talk about that right now. I'm just focusing right now. We'll talk about that middle through the week. We'll give you a decision later through the week. So when he says stuff like that, you know what's going to happen, guys? Is Shedeur Sanders going to be taken away from getting first team reps? Are they going to start giving Dillon Gabriel reps again? Shout out to Chantel Marie 27 for the $5 super chat. KSAP, glad you're live. I got word today. Shedeur will be the starter the rest of the season. The defense is super excited. Well, Chantel has been one of my sources where they say cite your source. Chantel has been spot on, guys. She's been spot on with some of the things that she has been telling me and sending me and letting me know. So I'm going to take that for face value because I've always said, there's excitement. That defense wants to play. You heard what Denzel Ward heard. You heard what Grant Delpit said. He said, man, every opportunity we get out there with Shedeur out there, we want to get the ball back to him as soon as possible. Because I told you guys, I never seen a defensive player so excited as Myles Garrett was when Shedeur Sanders threw that 53-yard pass to Isaiah Bond. We never saw none of that excitement when Dillon Gabriel was on the field. All we saw was Myles Garrett slamming his helmet down. That's what we remember. That's what we remember. So, I mean, for them to even put that, that play out there stating that it's a possibility that they got a chance to go back to Dillon Gabriel. See, this is what I've told you guys earlier in the year, whereas I felt that Kevin Stefanski was losing that locker room. But I just want y'all guys to pay attention. Pay attention to how these cats are acting in their post-game press conference after that Raiders win. It was a whole different aura, a whole different persona. Now I think Jerry Jeudy then got wise by just giving the reporters these one-word answers and moving on. Because he knows it. He knows the excitement is with Shedeur. See, chat, y'all got to peep the game within the game. If you're really looking at if you scour the sideline as the game is going, even when they go to commercial break, when they show the sideline, I just want you guys to look at everybody's reaction. The people on the sidelines, the players, the excitement. And I told y'all, I've never seen this. I never seen Dillon go over there, get no instructions to look at the iPad with Deshaun Watson to see where the receivers are, if he missed this read, if it's a possibility this guy was open, you just threw the ball too quick. We never saw that. But we saw Shedeur Sanders over there interacting with Deshaun Watson. And if you guys realize, after the interaction, when Deshaun Watson was showing Shedeur something on that pad, that's when Shedeur came out and hit the 3rd and 8, the 53-yard pass to Isaiah Bond. They probably was going over that same play saying, look, if you can get outside the pocket from the blitz, Isaiah Bond streaking. He's one-on-one. They playing too high safety, but the safety cheated up. And Isaiah Bond got behind the corner. You take a shot. And that's what he did. So this is what I'm saying. Dillon Gabriel just goes over to the corner and sits on the bench. There's no interaction. There's no guys coming up to him. I saw times that Shedeur Sanders, when Shedeur Sanders threw that pick against the Raiders, Shedeur Sanders, he tapped every offensive lineman on their leg to let them know that's on me. We got it, though. And then after that, Shedeur responded in every way possible. Even when he threw the 39-yard pass to Jerry Jeudy, right? And Jerry Jeudy fumbled. Man, Shedeur went over to him and look, man, don't worry about it. He kept his head up. We never saw nothing like that. We never saw nothing like that. Man, shout out to Chantel Marie 27 for the $50 super chat. She said, KSAP, remember me telling you beforehand, my source told me Shedeur will start against the Raiders. It happened. So trust me, he will remain the starter. Also, the organization's taking a good look at Shedeur as their future quarterback, per my source. You know who. That's what I said, Chantel. I gave you the utmost credit because you told me that way beforehand that Shedeur Sanders was going to get his first start against the Las Vegas Raiders. And you were spot on. So I said, every time that you send me something, one of my sources, where they say cite your sources, you ain't let me down yet. You ain't let me down yet. So trust and believe. I'm with you, Chantel, because I've seen you say some things over there in G. Bush's community that came to fruition. That was true. So for people that's, saying that Chantel is not, truthful, nah, she's been spot on. She ain't, if you go back and look at everything that Chantel has said, because we had this conversation before, because somebody was trying to figure out who DW was. Chantel is around that. Chantel has her ear to the streets. So we appreciate that, Chantel, because we was doing a show with G. Bush, and you came over there and you said some things that, like, well, how Chantel know that? But it came to fruition. It was true. So we appreciate your intel, Chantel. Appreciate that. But yeah, so that's what I want to say. Y'all got to look at, sometimes when you're looking at these football games, just look at the sideline. Just look at the reaction. Look how the running back coach, Deuce, what's his name? Deuce, that used to play for Philly, their running backs coach. Look how he was excited. Look. I'm gonna tell you, this is what separates leadership and good quarterback qualities. Shedeur Sanders threw that 52-yard bomb to Isaiah Bond, set him up at the 2-yard line, right? You would think that Shedeur Sanders would stay in the game to get an opportunity in the red zone to punch it in, right? Shedeur Sanders went to the sideline, he didn't hang his head down. They brought Quinshon Judkins out there for the Wildcat. And Quinshon Judkins took it in. Did you see the reaction Shedeur Sanders and Quinshon Judkins had with each other when Quinshon Judkins came to the sideline? Who was the first person that greeted Quinshon Judkins? Shedeur Sanders. See, people don't see that. But go back to when they was in the red zone, when Dillon Gabriel was in the game as a starter, and the defense got him in the red zone. And Quinshon Judkins ran a wildcat and pushed it in. Man, Dillon Gabriel wasn't excited. Dillon Gabriel was sitting on the corner of the bench. He was sitting on the corner of the bench. I just want you guys that are in the chat, I want y'all to watch Shedeur's reaction on the bench. Shedeur Sanders is basically interacting with everybody. Because if you go back and you remember game 2, when Andre Smith missed that field goal Who was the first person that greeted Andre Smith on the sideline to let him know to keep his head up? But the media wanted to make a mockery out of it because they thought Shedeur Sanders just wanted the spotlight on him. But he went over there to let Andre Smith know, hey, don't worry about it. We got you. Who all saw that? Yeah, Niceville Q7T. Yeah, Chantel Marie, she be on it. Exactly. Yeah, when she gets information, she does pass it on to me and G. Bush, so we do appreciate her. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta appreciate all the aunties out there for Shedeur Sanders, man. But I want you guys just to pay attention to the sidelines. In the next, and when we do the after party tomorrow after the game, y'all gonna understand what I'm talking about. And see, this is what and also what I have a problem with, guys, is we haven't heard how Dillon Gabriel is feeling about this situation. Are they trying to protect him from the media? I mean, I just he's cleared concussion protocol. Normally, when you're a starting quarterback and you go down in concussion protocol, the media wants to hear from you. Hey, when Tua Tagovailoa was out in concussion protocol, you heard from him every week on how he was feeling. We heard from CJ Stroud, if anybody's following, the Houston media, we heard from CJ Stroud how he's feeling, how he had to take all these tests to get out of concussion protocol. But we haven't heard anything from Dillon Gabriel. But he's supposed to be he was y'all starting quarterback. He was the starting quarterback. So this is what I'm interested to see, because I don't know if it's true. Is Dillon Gabriel QB2 for tomorrow, or is that Bailey Zappi? Somebody answer that question for me. Y'all answer that question for me. Is Dillon Gabriel QB2? Zappi, hey, man, hey. I see, hey, nice feel. Nice feel, man. Put a one in the chat, nice feel, if you want to be a moderator on the channel. Because I see you on it. Just let me know if you want to be a moderator. We can make you a mod. Just put a one in the chat if you would like to become a moderator. You now got mod duties. Hey, y'all give Nice Phil Q7T a round of applause for becoming the moderator of the Simply Ball Dropping podcast. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I would love to hear from Dillon Gabriel. I would love to hear from Dillon Gabriel. So this is what I'm saying. So I want to take y'all back. I want to walk y'all back just for a little bit. We said some things about Mary Kay Cabot, and I've always said this, right? She's flip-flopping back and forth. She's playing both sides of the field, right? Because Mary Kay Cabot is putting this narrative out there that she don't want to be wrong. So if she plays on both sides, she can't be wrong, right? We've already discovered that, because I produced the show by telling y'all that she's a flip-flopper. So now she wants to put salt on Shedeur Sanders' first start as an NFL quarterback and produces a victory that no Cleveland Browns quarterback has done in over 30 years as a rookie, right? So what happened? She goes on 92.3 The Fan, and this is what she wanted to say. For those that just came in the chat, this is what Mary Kay Cabot had to say. She said, there might come a point where it makes sense. She said it makes sense to see a little bit more Dillon Gabriel. How are you going to just rain on Shedeur's parade building up to week 2? I mean, this week going against the San Francisco 49ers, where you're getting your second start, but you want to bring in this Dillon Gabriel propaganda. How does that even make sense, guys? Now see, this is what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying, guys. Did she even make reports about, oh, it might come a point where we might want to see Shedeur Sanders? Did she ever say that? Did she ever say that? Did she ever once say it might come a time where we're going to need to see Shedeur Sanders? Help me out, chat. Help me out, chat. Did it ever come a time where Mary Kay Cabot said, well, we're going to need to see Shedeur Sanders? See, and Mary Kay Cabot will say it with a straight face, guys. See, this is the narratives that they try to do. These are narratives that they try to do. And this is what, see, guys, y'all look, y'all got to pay attention. Got to pay attention, because that's what they try to do. This is what happens. I've told y'all this, but everybody thought that I was just, oh, you just in this Shedeur Sanders cult. Nah, come on now. It's propaganda. This is what they want to tell you. They want to tell you this. They want to make you believe that everything they say is correct. But I'm here to tell you it's not correct, man. See, I've always said where there's smoke, there's fire. And when Cam put that out in the air about the sabotaging of Shedeur Sanders, they not wanting Shedeur Sanders to succeed in Cleveland. Now, that was a little bit of smoke, right? That what they say, clock that. That was a little bit of smoke, right? And then all of a sudden, the smoke just started erupting, and then you start seeing flames come in the air. So everybody started talking about it, right? So it became a media story. It became a mainstream media story. Is that right, guys? Because if it didn't become a mainstream media story, why did y'all's girl Mary Kay Cabot ask Kevin Stefanski about a month ago, what is this notion about you're trying to sabotage Shedeur Sanders? Y'all understand where I'm coming from? Do y'all feel where I'm coming from? Because if it wasn't something that turned smoke into a big puff, into flames, they wouldn't address it. But it became a national media story. And then they happened to throw it in Shedeur Sanders' face one more time. They threw it in Shedeur Sanders' face one more time, and Shedeur Sanders handled that situation gracefully, because he kind of like He shut the media down. And for those that didn't hear Shedeur Sanders' post-game press conference after the game and what they said to Shedeur and the way he handled the situation, let me play it for you guys. So take a listen.
How's everybody doing?
Yeah.
Good.
So when you went back and kind of looked at the game, what was the things that when you took away from it, you said, I really like what I did here and really feel like this is things I needed to really work on and progress on?
I was really thankful for being out there, of course, and it's everything, in the midst of a game that you could progress in. When it comes to, like, even footwork, when you're handing the ball off, locating defenders, understand that the windows do close a little bit quicker, There's a lot of things that you could go back in a game and look back and want to redo.
Shedeur, you were game, Mike, I was trying to pull off super right.
Yeah.
But now another week as it starts.
Yeah, that was just jokes, man.
I know,
that was jokes. A lot of people took that out of context, but you understand the past 6-7 months been hard, So I want to definitely be thankful that I am able to work out with those guys and knowing I do have a great defense and knowing I came this far. So I was truly amazed. I was truly happy, of course, in that moment that, the work has been paying off. But I'm not comfortable.
I say that all to say, what can we reasonably expect you in your second start? What do you kind of expect for yourself in the second start?
I'll say to do my job.
Shedeur, you did allude to after the game, kind of for the first time, just how hard this past 6 months really has been for you, which for the most part you put on a happy face for us and you had that smile and you had that great attitude and everything, but this was a lot harder on you, wasn't it, than you really let on, and why and how were you able to just not show it as much as you did?
Well, first and foremost, I got God, so through that, He's able to protect me through everything, but we're in a good moment now, and I don't like looking back. I don't like looking back at the past, and how I was feeling in that moment or however it was, because I'm here now. So I don't ever dwell on the past and things that happened before.
I wanted to ask you about gel with some of these guys. The more reps you get, physical reps. I know you've been taking mental reps and you've been doing that throughout the year, but to have these physical reps, does it feel like you're getting a better connection with everybody?
Yeah, of course, day by day, minute by minute, meeting by meeting, of course. I'm getting a little bit more comfortable and like being in that role, being in that position, they're getting more comfortable with me also. So I'm excited, I'm happy for it, and I'm just thankful.
Shedeur, with Harold and seeing the yards after the catch he's able to pick up, what's that like for you as a quarterback? And Dillon Sampson made the comment that Harold just never quits on a play. So what's that like to be out there with?
Nah, it's great to be out there with Harold. I know all the receiver core, that's the goal, is to get yak, yards after catch. So I think he set an example. He set the bar high for us and his team.
Shedeur, no Cleveland Browns quarterback has ever won his first 2 starts. Does it surprise you, and how do you feel about it?
I don't really go off analytics and all that stuff, and it really doesn't matter to me, honestly. I'm focused on what I could do and what I could control.
You could be the first.
I always wish the best, and I do everything I can,
He kind of shut Tony
for
Grossi
this
down.
team and for everybody. But I got a great defense, got a great team, got great receivers, so I'm just thankful.
Hey, Shedeur, hitting that early big play to Isaiah, the 52-yarder, help you, and then did you notice the effect that it seemed to have on the rest of the team?
Well, it's about belief. The reason why I am so confident in the way I am is the guys around believe, so that's what's most important within having a team, within having an offense, within having to have a spark. You got to have guys that believe, so and I'm fully confident in myself throughout everything, and I'm confident in my team, and I'm sure they confident in me also.
I know you got a taste of it coming off the bench against the Raiders, but what do you think the first start at home in front of that crowd's going to feel like?
I feel like it'll be fun. I feel like it'll be very fun. You gotta understand, right now, I'm in grind mode. You know, mentally, understanding how to attack this defense that we're going against, and they're a great team. They got great coaches, everything. But that's where I am mentally right now.
Hey, Shedeur, not from you, but all your supporters out there say that Kevin Stefanski was sabotaging you.
So you just want to start trouble, huh?
No, I want to ask you what your relationship with him is.
Yeah, well, what people do outside the building isn't really in my control. It's not in my power. So I don't. You act like I go out there and tell them to do whatever. You know, that's not nothing I could control or nothing I could do. But overall, you know, I'm just happy to be here. Coach Stefanski, he's been coaching since I got here, and he's been doing a very great job, you know, with everything that's going on.
But what is your relationship like with him and when we don't see you guys together?
Definitely like a coach. You know, he tells me what I need to do on and off the field. We definitely grown. Our relationship and everything has grown. So I'm just thankful to be here.
See, y'all don't want to believe me. But didn't I tell y'all? See, where there's smoke, there's fire. Because now it's a whole media story about this sabotaging of Kevin Stefanski. And if it wasn't a story, they wouldn't ask Shedeur about it. But Shedeur Sanders handled that situation well. He said, "Oh, y'all just want to start trouble." See, they try to bait Shedeur in, but Shedeur got a response for everything. He got a response for everything. I mean, like, I don't know if you guys saw the Jason Kelsey and the Travis Kelsey podcast. Like, it's kind of crazy that you got players from other teams rooting for Shedeur Sanders. You got players from other teams that have podcasts that are rooting for Shedeur Sanders. Everybody, look, it's crazy what kind of movement Shedeur Sanders has. It's crazy. Like, that's what it's big. It's bigger than football, guys. Some things are just bigger than football. But I just find it kind of strange that, yes, nice Phil, I saw that. Max Crosby said he should be a Raider. And then somebody put a stat up of all the times that the Raiders passed up on Shedeur. You can't make this stuff up, man. Like, this kid is humble. This kid is humble, man. And then, and look, even what Big Perk said, you're right. Like, you got NBA analysts weighing in on Shedeur. That's the crazy thing about it. Like I don't even know what else to say, man. It's to a point where, like, I would just, and the reason why I wanted to come live today is because I wasn't even going to say nothing, man. But when I heard the reports of Adam Schefter reporting that, I kind of like, man, hold up, man. What's really going on, man? How can you even come to the conclusion? How can your source? I think Adam Schefter, I think he took what Mary Kay Cabot said and made that a whole story. What you guys think? What you guys think? Mary Kay Cabot put something out in the stratosphere, somebody saw it and they made a report about it. Exactly. Shedeur Sanders handled that well. Handled that well. Come on, man. We got 330 people in here watching, man. Please do me a favor. Drop a like on the video. And if you haven't became a member of the channel, man, hit that join button, man. Because we're going to start doing members-only chats, members-only lives. So you don't want to miss out on this content, man. Just go ahead and join the channel. Hit that join button. Like they always say, the doors of the church is open to join. Y'all come on down. The doors of the church is open. Chantel said, I don't listen to MKC. I trust my source 100 unless he proves me wrong. Yeah, and that's right. Don't forget to hype up the video. Yeah, so yeah, guys. So tomorrow, after the game, me and Reese from Browns Football Talk will be back for the after party. Make sure y'all come join the after party tomorrow. After the game, it's an early game in Cleveland, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But make sure y'all get y'all's front row seats and come back tomorrow and join me and Reese from Browns Football Talk for the after party, because we're going to break it all down. And make sure y'all hit the like button, man. On y'all's way out, man, make sure y'all drop a like on the video. Do me a favor. Chantel, you be at the game? Chantel was at that at the Raiders game as well. I just whoo, we're gonna see tomorrow. We're gonna see what happens, man. Salute the Vikings Nation. Appreciate that, Stepper. Oh, you got free tickets this time? That's good stuff. Yeah, so what's it? What happened at Coach CJ Facts? Can you blame Shedeur? Oh, JJ McCarthy's trash. He's trash. And see, that's why Shedeur Sanders was telling people he can do better than half of these quarterbacks. Because JJ McCarthy's trash. I never was sold on JJ McCarthy at Michigan. Michigan had a hell of a defense and had a hell of a run game. I wasn't sold on JJ McCarthy. He just happens to be the quarterback of my team, and I got to support him. But he's terrible. It's terrible. But I'm glad you pointed that out, Brass. Brass and Bass. Yeah. Oh, Stepper, that's your team? Okay, salute. Yeah, but we struggling, man. And if Justin Jefferson wants to get out of Minnesota, I don't blame him. Because Kevin O'Connell got in his own way by letting Sam Darnold walk. He got in his own way by letting Sam Darnold walk. Should have kept Sam Darnold around and let J.J. McCarthy sit and learn some stuff, because I don't see it in J.J. McCarthy. I know our offensive line was banged up for a while, but hey, it is what it is. Hey, but look, Niceville, you saw when Andrew Berry came in the locker room after the win, hugged Shedeur because of Kevin Stefanski's lame speech. We saw that, right? Yeah, so yeah, the line is trash. I will say that. But hey, it is what it is, man. But look, we're going to get up out of here. I appreciate everybody that was in the chat. Appreciate Chantel. I appreciate it as always. You know, you be doing it big. Appreciate the intel. Appreciate the super chat. Appreciate all all the love that you show from my channel. And look, everybody enjoy the rest of their evening. We'll see you back here tomorrow for the after party. But this is going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. We're going to catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.